Hello, welcome to this update for Oceania. Let's just see what's happening with Australia in other areas. We do have this cold front now near South Australia, a few spots of Tasmania too, and this is bringing a few showers, some spots to South Australia and Victoria for Monday, June 16th into Tasmania. So still late Monday night into Tuesday shows a storm or two near Tasmania, potentially some light snow in the mountains in Victoria and spots of mainly Victoria, New South Wales. This goal still shows Tuesdays, some rain and some snow Tuesday afternoon in the mountains, even a small spot of freezing rain in a few areas in the mountains. So Tuesdays, the rain Tasmania, a snowflake or two as well in the mountains, and then this goes Wednesday, quieter. This shows some front in the southwest, especially now because it's almost Monday there. So Tuesday the 17th in southwestern Australia, a front possible with more rain and a storm or two, especially into Wednesday across Perth, more spots there, some more rain. Wednesday later does calm down, but still a few showers remain. Possibly another front on Friday, the 20th, across southwestern Australia, and then it might move on towards some other areas. So this is Friday across southwestern Australia. This goes, and then the show until June 23rd. This might go towards southeastern Australia later by the end of June. So we'll keep watching in those areas. And I added this new color to the background. If it's too dark, just tell me. And here in Queensland, we might have some weird rain. Like, does show this unusual surge of moisture into some spots of northern Queensland. Monday into Tuesday, a thunderstorm or two, and a few showers there. So this goes into the Coral Sea and goes away there. But be aware, especially like starting late today, Monday into Tuesday, a few spots of Queensland and until Wednesday. So be aware, those areas, some showers too. And shows like later this goes and the rains continue across the Samoa Islands and some spots of the tropical Pacific. Tuvalu, still some rains, but especially the Samoa Islands and Papua New Guinea later. Then later on, it's trying to burst some extra tropical cyclones south of Tonga and Fiji by the 24th. So we'll watch that as well, but that's kind of far. So here, the rain until Friday does show some spots of Western Australia to some 80 millimeters, spots to some 61 millimeters, and especially across Perth, some 70. So be aware, those areas, those fronts, some rain across most of southwestern Australia, and that moisture in Queensland does show some 107 millimeters, a spot or two, and more spots to 77, 69. So be aware in those areas, few spots to 79 and to 100. So be aware in those areas, more spots to the east coast, but further south is drier. Does show some rain in Victoria, in those areas in Tasmania, from that front, especially on the west coast of Tasmania, some more rain. But besides that, nothing too crazy. And then the snow does show like next 5 days until next Friday to 6 centimeters spots of Victoria in the mountains into New South Wales, even to like some 5 centimeters New South Wales, some spots to 6, even like 6.7. So be aware, the GFS has less, just around 2 centimeters in some towns there in the mountains. The icon around 1 centimeter, some in New South Wales as well. And the excess does have about some 4 centimeters in some spots there, 2 to 4 centimeters. So be aware in those areas, like into southern Victoria and southeastern in New South Wales, those areas especially, because all of these might fall across those areas Monday the 16th. That's like today there. So be aware a little bit Tuesday And they show tiny bit in Tasmania, choose some 2.7 centimeters in a few spots. So be aware. And long range, but until the end of June, does show more in Tasmania, like 14 days from now, shows to 33 centimeters. In New South Wales to 35 centimeters, but it's like 14 days is too much time, so don't even look at this, but just so you can have kind of an idea. So be aware, those areas. New Zealand does show some spots to 38 centimeters, to 29, and more spots in the mountains there. So be aware, especially in the South Island, a few spots there. Does show like 0.3, like 0.8 in the North Island. So still some snow there. The GFS also has to 17 centimeters. Mount Cook, the icon has more scared in the South Island, those islands there. So those areas. So be aware, and yeah, and later long range there might be more in New Zealand as well. So be aware, those areas for rain further into the Samoa Islands, those areas that doesn't show anything crazy, but it shows some 33 centimeters, a few spots to 47, 27, more spots in the Papua New Guinea to 76 millimeters, more spots there. So be aware, but still around Tuvalu to 75 millimeters in the next 5 days in a few spots. And there's this kind of drier spot with a shower or two across Fiji, some spots, but slightly drier. So be aware. And does show a shower to in New Caledonia, but like very, very little. And especially be aware spots the Samoa Islands and everything, because next 9 days does increase more to 157 millimeters, especially Indonesia to 181, Papua New Guinea to 170. Next 9 days does increase some near the Samoa Islands as well. So yeah, we'll be watching later on that potential. Still shows some rain New Zealand until Friday, so some 53 millimeters, 19 millimeters, a few spots on the west coast, on the northern coast, in the South Island. So be aware in those areas, even to 60 millimeters or more in a few spots. The South Pacific is kind of quiet, dominated by this high pressure there, and a few oceanic showers in French Polynesia, but like very little, and maybe a storm or two near the Cook Islands because of those cold fronts. So be aware in those areas. The GFS, it doesn't have much in Queensland, just has just some 47 millimeters and a few spots 50 millimeters. The icon barely has anything, it just has some 28 millimeters in Queensland. So the Europeans is the only one that's showing that heavy rain there. So there's the axis as well. It does show like true, even the axis just to 70 millimeters. So be aware in those areas. There will be rain for sure, but maybe not as heavy as the European. So just be aware and like, yeah, be aware. And there's the axis does show in southwestern Australia to 61 millimeters in Perth, more spots to 84 further south. So be aware those areas, and those temperatures still cold across southeastern Australia. Some -4 spots of -1. Canberra nearly to 0 degrees right now. So be aware those areas, and like there might be some frost as well, especially like -6 there in the mountains. A few spots even to like Brisbane, just 9 degrees. More spots across central Australia, slightly colder. So this goes Monday does warm up in Darwin and far northern Australia to some 31, but still kind of coldish in the south. This goes Tuesday morning might be better. It's some 0 degrees, 2 degrees in a few spots, but still coldish. And then that should Tuesday afternoon, still warmer there in the north. Like Wednesday morning, many spots New South Wales to -1, 0 degrees, -1. A big chunk of eastern New South Wales and Tasmania So be aware in those areas. Spots of Perth and other spots to 14, 16 degrees, nothing too crazy. In the afternoon, slightly warmer, some 20 degrees. But the show in the north, still warmer. This small section ahead of the cold front Wednesday. But it does cool down again by Thursday morning. Some -1 again in Canberra, some -2. More spots in New South Wales. So be aware, Wednesday, Thursday still shows potential next Thursday, very cold across southeastern Australia. The GFS like to -1, but the European still like -3 in those areas. The icon cold as well across big portions of central New South Wales, colder in Tasmania, so be aware of frosts and everything throughout this week. Friday, the 20th, still pretty cold on Saturday morning as well. The 21st still shows like by spots of Saturday afternoon, much warmer northern Australia because this cold front, there's like some slightly colder air behind it and this warm air in front. But this goes and later might be slightly colder, some interior spots, Western Australia. But be aware, this week, especially in southern Australia, New Zealand, that shows some -9 in the mountains, New Zealand. Now, this goes in the north, some 10 degrees in Auckland, more spots 0 to -1. Sunday, Monday still shows spots of southern New Zealand to some -8, -9. The mountains, some 3 degrees in Christchurch. So still cold Monday, Tuesday, and it's just very cold there, especially in the mountains to -12, so -7 Mount Cook, more spots in the North Island as well. So stay safe there from the cold to those areas. So let's just see something here really fast. And 1 second here. So this is Tuesday, so this goes there, still shows around Thursday morning. I think this is, yeah, because Wednesday, that's European time, so Thursday morning shows some -3, some -7, some spots there still. And then Wednesday, this goes, still shows cold on Thursday, slightly better on Friday, the 20th, not as cold, but still cold. Like Saturday morning, still cold, so yeah, be aware those areas. Potentially by Sunday the 21st, show like -16 in the mountains. But meanwhile, the Europeans -16, the GFS has 1 degree, so that's a huge difference in these models. The icon just -2, so the European might be a little bit too much on the cold side, but we'll keep watching, be aware those areas. Does show rain here, some spots the South Pacific, some showers northern New Zealand, those spots there. There's this huge cyclone spinning in the middle of the South Pacific, but does show this front Thursday, the 19th, into New Zealand, some freezing rain and some snow in the mountains. So Wednesday this goes, more rain throughout central southern New Zealand, and Thursday into Friday in Auckland, more spots in the North Island, more rain there. Thursday, still Friday the 20th, some snow and ice in the mountains. By Saturday the 21st, a little bit of snow in the mountains and more rain. And then by Sunday, it clears up, except for later on next week on the 23rd, might be more to watch. So be aware, those areas does show those wingas Sunday, so tomorrow Monday, a few spots. It's almost Monday there now. So this goes, nothing too crazy, just Thursday, slightly gustier near New Zealand, a few spots. Later Thursday into the mountains, slightly gustier. So be aware, this goes, potentially Friday, slightly stronger Northern Ireland, in the mountains especially. And then, yeah, on Friday the 20th, further the southern part of the North Island, more spots, especially Saturday showing Wellington, some higher gusts in Wellington. and still by Monday, the 23rd, and next week shows more. So be aware those areas. And in Australia, there's some rougher seas, some higher gusts this front now near South Australia, Victoria, but Monday shows a few strong gusts in the mountains, New South Wales until Tuesday, Victoria, but passes north of Tasmania, some higher gusts in the Tasman Sea until Wednesday, but then this goes shows like those fronts southwestern Australia Friday, slightly higher gusts, a few spots near the coast, and other spots for Friday, the 20th. And potentially Saturdays into South Australia, a few spots there, and later it's too far, but potentially showing more in southeastern Australia to watch. So be aware, there's this front now there Tuesday, slightly higher gust on the 17th and Wednesday the 18th, a few spots there. So be aware too. And yeah, the islands, nothing too crazy except for some stronger breezes sometimes in Vanuatu and French Polynesia, but nothing too crazy. Maybe Fiji after Thursday and Samoa slightly higher. Maybe a few small craft advisories and in the Coral Sea. So be aware, but nothing too crazy. And stay safe in those areas, especially like the cold, the rains, and everything. Let's just see if there's any frost. So because they have this cool map here, so these links in the description you can check. So here for frost does show potential this morning Tuesday, no, it's Monday there now, so shows some spots during the night because now it's the middle of the night right now, so shows some portions of heavy frost possible and other portions of normal frost. This goes as far north as Queensland, so be careful that frost. And all significant weather does show some fog in the middle as well, so be careful southwestern Australia, southeastern areas. Monday does show the afternoon a storm or two near Tasmania because the front, some fog later, a little bit of snow in the mountains, like I said there, some frost in the night again, even showing Northern Territory, that's crazy. But Tuesday, still some snow and frost there in those areas. Wednesday still shows this like Thursday morning for them, more frost possible. So stay safe and be careful too.